Well, hello folks, and welcome back. What do we got here today? We've got the 350 hooked up to the plow. We got lots of weight in the bed, and we have a pretty sketchy plowing situation to do today. So you guys know this property quite well. This is my house. You know the cottage property quite well, but there's another lakefront property just down the road on the other side that we purchased with a couple partners of ours a little over a year ago, I think. And we have plans for that, to put some chalets and stuff in there. We'd like to get a couple in there this summer. So we need to get in there and start getting groundwork done. We got to get septic in. We got to get all the piles in. We got to get in there with the contractors to start actually building these places. So it's February. Time is ticking, seriously. So this place has never been plowed. So all this snow from this year is accumulated. It's all ice underneath, and we've got a hill to start, and then a serious hill down, and a turn, and then down to the lake. So it's a little sketchy. I'm sort of a little worried about this situation, especially for the first time. There's some drop-offs, so if the truck starts sliding, it may not be good. But I'll show you what I got to help us out. So we've been plowing some serious cell tower sites, lots of snow, long roads, hills, you know, the normal. And we've been carrying a lot of sand with us. So right now I've got 20 to 25 bags of sand in the back of the truck. They're all 45 to 50 pound bags. So we got a little over 1,000 pounds in just sand, plus the toolbox, plus the snow. We probably got 1,500 to 1,800 pounds in the bed of this truck easily right now. So that will help. But what won't help is the tires have been taking an absolute beating this year. There's big grooves in them. This tire is worn down quite bad. The one in the front is much better. I would have liked to had these rotated before doing this, because we got lots of tread left on this guy. This guy should go back there. We had one tire over here where really weird. In a recent video you've seen that I actually swapped this one out. I put one of the ATX back on this side, and it's made a big difference for ride quality, and those are really good for plowing snow anyway. But we're gonna head over there and try to knock this out. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So wish me luck. Okay, so we got a complete sheet of ice underneath. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll show you eventually. I just got the gate open and got a little hole punched through here. So I'm not gonna drop my blade absolutely all the way, and I'm gonna see if I can just climb this hill. All right, back up. I'm gonna lock my diff. Just get a little more speed. Good little push that time. So yeah, we got a hill, like I said, right at the start. But this is nothing. This is nothing compared to the hill that's waiting for us. I think I'll pop her in 4 low here. All right. Just trying to take a skim off, because I can easily plow this down. That's no problem. Okay. Easy part complete. And that is by far the easy part. So that way down there is the lakefront. That's where we need to get to. So yeah, if I was plowing these hills here that you're going to be seeing me go down, if I was going to be plowing those up, there's no way in the world this would be happening. So I'm going to try to get down as far as I can and just take my time, crawl down the hill, avoid sliding. At least with all the snow in front of me, it shouldn't push me too much. But underneath is just nothing but ice. Ice, ice, baby. Anyway, we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm going to, I think I might try to get my drone up in the air here and see how that goes once I get down to the next hill. I think I'll pop the drone up in the air. Well, whatever takes place here takes place. Let's go. This is not like a nice top coat of gravel on this road either. This is just a roughed in road with fill that was on site. So over here to the left, we got a big drop off. So I obviously don't want to go there. So that's the first section of steep hill. That's not the bad one though. It's steep, but that's not the one that I'm sort of worried about. I'm not worried about going down. I'm worried about getting back up. Another hill here, and then after this we've got a sharp turn and then the real bad hill. I'm gonna try to get this pushed off a little bit, try to get this turn as wide as I can. Oh yeah, I'm slipping already. There's some serious ice right there. I do not want to get my wheels over the edge of this ditch. That is going to be all she wrote. On this turn, it's just a complete sheet of ice. I got sand. Another big reason for doing this now is because we're supposed to get a bunch of warm weather the next couple days and some rain, and hopefully that will take away the most of the ice and get this back down to actual ground. All right. See if I can get that drone up in the air. right, so we're down the steep hill. Like I said, that's the easy part. Getting back up, that could be a different story. I really hope this, I really hope that GoPro is working right now, because the last time I used this thing, it wouldn't go over to my computer. Alright, so up here we've got some really rough rocks. So it's gonna be noisy on the truck, I can guarantee you that. Right down here is where it gets rough. So we're on the flat part now. This is all surged through here though, so this is not smooth. We're getting close to the lake. Drone's there somewhere, I can't even see it. Oh, I'm heading right for it. Like I said, the last time I got some drone footage, it wouldn't copy over to, it wouldn't copy over to my computer. So I'm gonna try to get a lane plowed in through this lower side, because if we actually come in here and get some work done, we're gonna need to get in here. So hope for the best down here. She's rough. I'm gonna clean this up. Okay, so yeah, I'm down here. I mean, like, we got like 3 of these sort of spots geared up on this lower road to get up into where we're gonna be putting the chalets. And I'm into like the center one right now. So we came in over here to my left. I came down the road right over here, and then the road goes quite a ways down that way, and we've got 3 of these spots geared up to go up into where we're going to be putting the chalets. But yeah, we've got I think it's right around 1,000 feet on the water down here. This is kind of like the forgotten lakefront property for right now, but it's beautiful. There's not a single structure on this lake anywhere. It's quite clear. Not quite as clear as the lake I live on, but it's a spring-fed lake. So it goes down to where that tree line is, way down there, and then goes way over there. But man, listen. Nothing. So the truck is doing absolutely phenomenal. That weight in the back makes a huge difference, but now we've got to climb, and we got to climb big time. So we started way up there. Actually, no, that's a spot I cleared on top. So we obviously we own on top up there too. I think it's like 50 acres or something. Yeah, the road's actually over here. So we gotta go way back up there. Anyway, I'm gonna clean up some down here while I'm down here, and then see if we can climb this thing. All right, well, I thought that was recording coming back up the hill, but apparently it wasn't. But first trip up, I made it. It's unfortunate that that did not record. Okay, so now I'm gonna wing it, try to wing it back, so I'm going back down, and just keep hoping for the best here. got it nice and wide down here. I'm gonna go up the hill one more time and do one more pass down. That's it. I'm getting out of here. Well, that went about as good as it possibly could have. Gate is locked. Road is complete. Bam, that was awesome. I was worried. This old girl, I tell you, man, she, my 450 is giving me a little bit of trouble. But this truck has basically 80,000 kilometers on it. No front end parts, nothing. Replaced the brakes. And that's it. Like, I haven't had to do a thing to this truck, and you see how it gets used. pretty incredible. So now I'm going to go to the office building that we own, and I'm going to clean that up a little bit more, push some snowbanks back, and then I'm going to head into the cottage and just try to wing stuff back as far as I can, because we get this rain and then it's supposed to turn pretty cold after that, I believe. So it's just going to be like concrete once that's done. So for now, I'm breathing easier. Well, here we are back here at the cottage. The truck is getting beat up today, but I've got it all winged back here, as good as it's gonna get for sure. It's looking really good now. So before I close this video out, I do want to address something. There's something huge going on in Canada right now. I know a lot of you guys know. I try to keep my channel as light as possible, but and I never talk about politics. I don't care what side you're on. If you're a liberal, a conservative, a Democrat, a Republican, a left, a right, it doesn't matter. Everybody has their views, everybody has their opinions, everybody sees things differently, and it depends on where you get that information from. If you don't want to listen to something that's sort of political, or you know, my opinion on what's going on in Canada right now and across the world, then just stop the video here and watch the next one. But people are asking me, where do I stand on the trucker situation? And it started as a trucker situation. It's not a trucker situation anymore. Some people have commented on my YouTube and Instagram and asked what I thought of the trucker strike, because that's what it's being perceived as in certain media venues, certain places across the world, and it certainly is not a trucker strike. There are millions of people across Canada right now on overpasses, on the side of highways, in trucks, in cars, on ATVs, on everything, in their homes, that are supporting what's going on. These people are hardworking, people. We're talking about young couples, older couples, people with young children, and the whole point is enough is enough with what's going on in Canada and in certain parts of the world. You know, they say get the vaccine and then get your lives back to normal, do your part, get the vaccine. So that's what a lot of people did, including myself. You know, you go out and get the vaccine, and it's worse now than it ever was. The cases are higher with the new variant that's out there, and it's mild, very mild. There's so much hidden stuff behind all this. I mean, I'm not going to go into much of this, but going, you know, talking about the trucker situation, they're fighting for obviously their own choices, their own livelihoods, our choices, our livelihoods, our bodies, our choice. The vaccine basically protects you against some of the symptoms. It's been proven, obviously, that it doesn't do anything really for spreading the virus or contracting the virus. So if you're afraid of the virus, then you get it. I mean, you get the vaccine. It's just like the flu shot. It's always been that way. And then anyway, now at hospitals, to be a support person, you have to be, like, for your child, you have to be vaccinated. One parent can only go in with your child. How do you pick that? Like, that's not a choice you should ever have to make. My kid is seriously injured. Which one of us can go be with the kid? Or if, like, whatever, our kid is sick, which person can go be with the kid? It's just ridiculous. Like, it is ridiculous. We know enough about this thing now that is just, it's honestly, it's so infuriating when it comes to that. And some people will complain about that, but then in the next sentence they're saying, go get vaccinated. It's go get vaccinated and solve the problem. Well, we did. Here we are. So if depending on what news network you watch, and here in Canada you really can't watch any, whether it's CBC, CTV, or whatever. CBC is highly funded by the government, so they're portraying these people that are in Ottawa and alongside these highways as these bad people. They've used words like fascist and racist, and it's the exact opposite. Everybody is there hugging. There's every race that you can possibly imagine in these areas that are hugging, that are being very, very civil. They're dancing in the streets. There's parents and kids with campfires going alongside the highways, and they're playing guitars and singing. The country came together. But if you watch the wrong network, you're gonna see certain signs, and the Terry Fox statue had a Canada flag on it, and something over his face or something like that. But what you don't see is that people come behind and clean that up and tell these people to get out of here. The people that are not there for the right reasons, they're telling them, get out, we don't want you here. This is not what this is about. This is about taking back our freedom, taking back our right to choose, our Charter of Rights. That's what it's all about. And then I'm not even gonna say he's our prime minister, because I don't consider him a prime minister at all, to be honest. Then Justin Trudeau goes on and basically says that everybody that is supporting this is trash, that they are absolute trash, that are scum of the earth, and we need to, enough is enough. We got to take our country back. 90% of Canadians are not with you. That is such a lie, such a lie. A couple bad apples in the group, everybody else fantastic. And I can tell you that the country is behind these people. Most of the country is behind these people. The ones that aren't, whatever, that's you choose to side on what you want to side on. You choose to support what you want to support. I know that I support them 100%. The guy is just a joke. Like, he goes on there and tells Canada and tells the world that these guys are scum. Millions of people All he's doing is trying to divide us further and further and further than what he's done so far. He's trying to stir things up, because then he can say, see, I told you. I told you. He doesn't acknowledge that these are blue-collared, shirt off your back, hard-working people that keep this country going every day. And people all around the world. The truckers were heroes for going over 2 years with no vaccines, you know, risking their lives, just like healthcare workers, frontline workers, everybody. And then all of a sudden now they're trash. Great job, buddy. Great job. Your job as leader, I'm not going to call you what your job as the leader is to unite the country. Get the country back together. And you go on TV and you say the exact opposite. After you ran away. You run away to an undisclosed location, you don't show your face, you don't talk to anybody, and then you come on and say that. So that's where I stand. That's where I stand. You don't have to. You can watch, certain networks and get your news if you want, and think that watching one source of news is going to get you the truth. That's what you want to do, then that's what you do. It's all good. We're all people. We all had the same goals of going through life and living a good life, having a family. I'm actually starting to get a little emotional right now, to be honest. Make a living, have a roof over your head, have food in your stomach, have friends, have good times, have laughs. That's what life is all about. And we all want the same thing. But we just keep getting stretched further and further and further apart by these political parties. And it's just so maddening. It's so maddening. These last couple years have just been, it's getting worse and worse. Like they said, we got the vaccine now and everything's gonna be great. Life goes back to normal. We'll all be one happy family again or whatever. But no, it's worse now than it's ever been. They tell you one thing and they do another, and it's enough. Like it's enough. I don't know what the resolve is. Like blocking off the borders and blocking off people from getting the the things they need and stuff. That's a tough one. You're trying to get your point across, but you also don't want to cause any issues as far as that goes. But man, I am 100% behind the movement, and it looks like most of the world is. The funny thing is that most of the world is watching his world fall apart in front of him, and if he wants to stop this, he just listen to what we're asking for, listen to what they're asking for, go away. Really, like this is turning into get rid of Justin Trudeau movement, because he is not a leader at all. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the plowing and whatever. I love you all, no matter where you stand, no matter if you're positive or negative. Whatever. We all have our choices. We all make them. In the end, that's all we can do. Take care. Stay safe.